thank you for being here in the Oval Office as we make a historic announcement about the Golden Dome Missile Defense Shield. We will truly be completing the job that President Reagan started 40 years ago, forever ending the missile threat to the American homeland. The one big, beautiful bill will include $25 billion for the Golden Dome.
It's a generational investment in the security of America and Americans. Golden Dome is a bold and aggressive approach to hurry up and protect the homeland from our adversaries.
The Golden Dome is going to be an even bigger legacy for our country.
The Congress is stepping up, as you mentioned, right now in the budget reconciliation bill.
You know, some funding is tough and some is easy. When we say we're going to save everyone's lives in a crazy world, it seems to be very easy to get.
Our enemies, our adversaries, are going to pay a lot of attention to this, just like they have to President Trump from day one. So you're defending the homeland, defending the American people. So thank you for your leadership.
Unbelievable. On May 20th, 2025, President Trump announced a missile defense plan called Golden Dome in a high-profile manner. He claimed that the system could intercept missile threats from all over the world and even in space. The project is expected to cost $175 billion and be completed within 3 years. If the project is completed, can it intercept the most advanced missiles of various countries? First is Russia's Vanguard hypersonic missile. The missile has a range of 10,000 kilometers. The speed can reach Mach 20 plus. It can glide at extreme hypersonic speeds and can quickly change orbits during flight. The second is China's Dongfeng 41 intercontinental ballistic missile. The range is 12,000 to 15,000 kilometers, can carry multiple independently targetable nuclear warheads, can strike multiple targets at the same time. The third is North Korea's Hwasong 17 intercontinental ballistic missile. The range is about 15,000 kilometers. Theoretically, the range of the missile covers the entire North American continent. This means that the missile can directly deliver nuclear warheads to the U.S. mainland. Do you think Trump's Golden Dome plan can intercept these missiles?
The US government wants to build one of these, but in space. Essentially, the government wants its own version of Israel's Iron Dome, except it won't just be bigger. It'll be a totally different beast. Think less Iron Dome and more Iron Man putting a suit of armor around the world. Here's the difference. Israel's Iron Dome is built to intercept short-range rockets, stuff fired from the border, which comes in slow enough to be knocked out with ground-based systems. But if someone fires a missile at the US, it's not coming from Canada. We're talking intercontinental ballistic missiles, launched from across the planet, more than likely from China or Russia, that soar up into space and then drop back down at hypersonic speeds. And if you want any shot at stopping that kind of threat, you've got to go to space first. President Trump signed an executive order earlier this year kickstarting the project, bringing back Reagan's Star Wars missile shield idea from the Cold War. Back then, the idea was too ambitious. This time, it might actually be possible. Naturally, a lot of people started looking towards SpaceX. A report even came out claiming they were teaming up with Palantir and Anduril to bid on the project. But Elon shut that report down, saying SpaceX has not tried to bid for any contract in this regard. Our strong preference would be stay focused on taking humanity to Mars. If the president asks us to help in this regard, we will do so. But I hope other companies, not SpaceX, can do this. Still, if this system has any chance of getting built, SpaceX is probably going to be the ones to do it. They are the only ones reliably launching and landing rockets, not just sending celebs on zero-gravity joyrides.
Take us space!
Plus, they've already filled the sky with thousands of Starlink satellites, and they are the ones who rescued the astronauts Boeing left up in space. Now, this might sound corny as hell, but space is the next frontier in war. Russia's already experimenting with putting nukes in orbit. In the future, they could just use one of those to take out the Golden Dome itself, or skip the whole ground launch sequence entirely and drop a warhead straight from space. Either way, everything we think about war in space is about to change forever.
America wants its own Iron Dome, but not just for one city, for the whole country, and it could cost over $500 billion. That's Trump's Golden Dome, a shield for all of America, including Alaska and Hawaii. We're talking about hundreds of satellites in orbit tracking and shooting down ballistic, hypersonic, and cruise missiles, using AI, lasers, and next-generation interceptors. But here's where it gets really interesting, especially if you follow the defense sector. The Golden Dome isn't just a government project, it's a massive opportunity for private contractors, and the competition is fierce. The Pentagon can't build this alone, so they're turning to the biggest names in defense and tech. Lockheed Martin, the legacy giant, is already pitching its expertise in satellite-based detection, advanced interceptors, and even next-generation laser weapons. Their CEO says they're ready to deliver a Manhattan Project-scale defense shield, and they're ready to collaborate with defense and commercial sectors to build this open architecture system that could drive innovation and economic growth. But it's not just the old guard. Elon Musk's SpaceX has emerged as frontrunner, teaming up with software powerhouse Palantir and drone innovator Anduril. Their plan? Launching between 400 and over 1,000 satellites to form the backbone of the Golden Dome's missile tracking network. These satellites would spot threats from space in real time, feeding data to AI-powered systems that could direct interceptors or even lasers to take out these incoming missiles. Palantir brings that data crunching and AI, while Anduril specializes in autonomous defense tech, think like drone swarms or rapid response systems. Together, this trio is pitching a solution that could leapfrog traditional defense primes. And they've already made direct appeals to Pentagon and White House officials. And the stakes? Massive. Congressional Budget Office says the total cost could top $500 billion over 20 years, with an initial $25 billion deposit to get started the defense budget. More than 180 companies have signaled interest in a piece of this action, from legacy contractors to Silicon Valley disruptors. So for defense investors and industry watchers, the Golden Dome is more than a shield, it's a potential gold rush. The final lineup of contractors isn't set, but whoever lands these contracts could see a windfall that shapes this sector for decades. But there's also a problem. Experts say even the best shield could be overwhelmed by a massive attack from Russia or China, and building it might just trigger a new arms race. So is the Golden Dome a game changer or a super expensive gamble? Either way, it's the biggest missile defense bet America's ever made.
One of Donald Trump's new obsessions is the Golden Dome that he wants to build to protect America. We learned about this last week. The $175 billion dome has been on top of Trump's mind for a bit. Of course, he's making it golden. Today, he announced that he told Canada, which very much wants to be a part of our fabulous Golden Dome system, that it will cost $61 billion if they remain a separate but unequal nation. But it will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. They are considering the offer. It is May 27th, and it is time to unpack with Jack Mack, America's most trusted nightly news show, according to people that noticed that I said March 26th last night instead of May 26th. Yeah, Trump's obsessed with the Golden Dome.
We are conscious that we have an ability, if we so choose, to complete the Golden Dome with investments and partnership. And it's something that we are looking at and something that has been discussed at a high level, but not sure one negotiates on this. These are military decisions that are then taken in that context. And we will evaluate it accordingly.
This news baffles me a lot. No country has ever threatened to attack Canada since World War II. The US is the only one threatening Canadian sovereignty. The US president said military action against Canada is highly unlikely, but he didn't say it will never happen. So there is a possibility. So are we supposed to be paying them $61 billion so they can protect us from them or the enemy we don't have? $61 billion is not a small sum. I think we can use the money better somewhere else. Someone please explain this to me.
China just warned the U.S. to halt its plans for a space-based missile defense system called the Golden Dome. But why? Donald Trump says it will protect America from nuclear attacks, even space-launched missiles. But China is saying, no way. Here's why they're furious. Reason number one, a space shield means a space arms race. China claims that U.S. is militarizing outer space, something both countries decided not to do in the past. Reason number two, if the U.S. can shoot down any missile from anywhere, it upsets global balance of power, making nuclear treaties useless. Reason number three, China fears that it gives U.S. a first strike advantage. If America can block retaliation, it could launch a first attack with no fear response. Experts say this can force China, Russia, and even smaller nations to build more aggressive weapons, just to keep up. And guess what? This Golden Dome could cost taxpayers $831 billion. That's more than the budgets of NASA, Department of Education, and housing combined.